Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode of Parkitect, the 7th episode today. My name is Treeburgers and I hope you will enjoy this episode as much as I will. Now, when we ended last episode I told you that it was about time that we introduce a new roller coaster. We finished off this area which started off the mine theme area, but I don't really want to go into depth with that because so many parks just go for that because it's an easy way to do things, and like the buildings are so easy to build because it's just blocks and all that stuff. So instead I bought some land over here. I haven't really bought all that we need just yet, but we want to go for a roller coaster. Now we have unlocked the one that we that I want to do, so let's just turn the research team all the way down until the vertical drop is finished, and then we can shut them off. Because the thing that we are building today, and you probably guessed it by the title up there, but we're doing the Giga coaster. And now the Giga coaster will be a launched Giga coaster, which in my opinion is really nice. And by making it a launched coaster, we're able to create a coaster that is not too big compared to some of these, but still give it a really high excitement rating, because we don't need like a 50-meter lift hill that goes all the way to over here, and then we end up with a coaster that fills all of this area, because I don't feel like that matches the theme of the park right now. So I think we should just go ahead and grab some loans here. Let's see, what do we actually have in here that we can get. We have one for 8,000 and we have one for 12,000. And if we get both of those, we'll get 20,000, which will be more than enough. But my biggest concern at the moment is that we definitely need to buy some land, but I'm not really sure how much land we need. And as you can see, this is super expensive. Just that tiny patch was 1,500. So building this thing will be very expensive for sure. Now, I sort of want to start off with the queue, which I imagine would be like either here or the station building and all that stuff, or somewhere like here, because then we could bring it out to there, and we have the option to bring it over here as well. So what should we do, boys? I'm not really sure about this, but let's actually, you know what, if we build the station and all the queuing right here, and then have it curve all the way and launch this way, and you know, do some crazy stuff, and maybe have a second launch and go over here, do some crazy stuff. There's so many things we could do. Let's just start out by taking out a loan here and see. Oh goodness lord, we got new loans. Oh, this one is so expensive. I feel like, yes, we could go for this one, but like the monthly fee is 4%. That's just going to be way too much. We're not making all that much money that we can even afford the loan at the moment. So I feel like if we go for this one, the Bank of Elmwood, which offers a pretty good loan at a pretty low monthly fee, let's take this one. And let's see, we got 13,000 now. So now we can actually buy some land here. And then if we buy this patch of land, good. And then go for the coaster, and let's go for the Giga here. I sort of want to put it right here and then have it turn and come down this way. Yes, you know what, that is definitely what we're gonna do. So let's raise up the station here to 4 so that we can have some path going under it. Oh, what would be even cooler is to bring this path down and integrate it into the coaster. Let's work with that. So let's just start out by placing the station right here. And how much station do we want? 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's okay. Then we can have a train that's like, is that a decent sized train? Yeah, we don't want it any longer, so this is perfect. That will be the station. But you know what, I'm gonna cut it to a time lapse here, and then let's see what result we will get. So I will see you after the time lapse. Alright, so we got the time lapse going. We are trying to create a nice layout for our launch coaster here. I actually had so much trouble with this. The coaster was a real pain to build because the game is just bugging for me at the moment. I believe it's because I have the custom elements thingy track something mod installed, which just messes up the game. The track alignment and stuff like that is just bugging, and everything is just so hard to work with. So I had to go ahead and delete everything I built because I just couldn't get it to align. But we actually ended up getting a pretty good layout now. It's been some time since I last played a theme park game, so my building skills are a bit rusty, to say the least, when it comes to elements and stuff like that. And don't hate too much if some of the elements that we built aren't a true intermittent like element, because I'm just sort of building what I like to see. Here, going for the first helix and a turnaround, which ended up really nice. Actually, I'm really happy about this helix. I feel like it looks really good and fits the coaster very well. The speed throughout the helix is very good, which in my opinion makes it look really nice, as you can see there. And then just trying to bring back the coaster, and I'm not really using diagonal pieces because the diagonal pieces are what is messing it up for me right here. And what I'm doing here is I'm trying to work with the autocomplete function, which often can give you, or the sort of guide function, which can give you a bit more smooth pieces than you would find elsewhere. A tool that was introduced in one of the latest patches. And this pretty much gives us our third element. We've got 2 0G rolls, and then we got 1 half loop. And then we got the helix, and creating a second helix here, which will function as the next turnaround. This will also be the last section of the ride, which will here go towards the end. I was struggling a bit like with the path here, and ended up creating a helix here. Just a small helix to get it back to the station. Again, I didn't really know how I wanted it to look, and I felt like just one big turn like that would be too like awkward, so to say. So I tried to go just for a small helix, but when we get back into the live gameplay, you will see that I'm actually not all that pleased about it. So I will end up changing it around. The thing I don't really like is this small curve, because it really ruins the intensity rating, just because the G-forces are simply getting too high. I think the G-forces was just way red, and it goes like 55 kilometers an hour in that small turn, which is very unrealistic. So that is the reason that I end up changing it. But overall, I am pretty happy about the layout indeed. Alright boys, so this took way longer than I expected. We've literally spent an hour and a half trying to figure out how to make this roller coaster, because I don't know what I've installed, but I must have some mod installed that is just messing up my game, because all of a sudden the coaster just loses like a connection point right there. And if I try to fix it, then the coaster starts, the bloom goes crazy. There's an in-game bloom that makes things stand out and shine a bit more. This just becomes a huge white glowing spot that I cannot do anything about. And then from time to time, when you're in diagonal pieces, the track will like lose its alignment a bit. So instead of staying right there, the track will just move slightly to the right, which is happening after using a diagonal piece. And literally don't know how to use or how to fix it, so I had to rebuild a huge section of the roller coaster. And to be honest, I'm not all that pleased about the result at the moment. Like something like this could do with some trimming. The element over here also looks a bit weird, to be honest, but hopefully we can fix that. I have to work with my building skills, I believe, if we are to fix any of this really. But this is how it looks at the moment, and then yeah, I'll have to see what I can do about it later on. But at least we got the layout going now, and it turned out a bit bigger than I expected, but I guess it's okay. Let's just try to test it and see what the results are like, because that is the most important thing about the coaster at the moment, because we gotta make some money quickly. And maybe we should just give it a color scheme here, just to make sure that we get the cues right. Like, it's looking pretty smooth in my opinion. We got some really good helixes and stuff going. And there's the end. Let's just see what the test results say. Hope the intensity will go high. Okay, so the intensity is actually extreme. High G-forces. Let's just see if we have anything that we can change up just a bit. I feel like some might be down there and there. How about the lateral G-forces? A bit high over there and a bit high here, but this is sort of to be expected. And then the longitudinal looks good. 1.03. The lateral over here is 1.21. How's that high? That's not really high, is it? I feel like... What about the vertical one here? 2.35. 1.0, 1.47, 2.73. So the G-forces, I feel like anything under 3 you shouldn't be like all that scared of, but obviously the people in here are. We could change up this helix just a bit to make it a bit bigger, I guess. Let's just try to delete all of this good stuff and delete this one. Maybe just bring out the track here once and then... Now look, now it's happening again. And I can't fix this. I literally can't fix this. I have no clue how to do so. We gotta just try to finish up this one and then see if that fixes it. But it's just so annoying. And I really have no clue what's causing the issue. Okay, there we go. There, now it's gone. It's gone right there. But like, what am I to do with that freaking stupid issue? Alright, good. So this created a little bit nicer helix. Now we just have to line the tracks once again, and that is a pain all by itself. But look at that, we actually hit 4, so we could just go ahead and delete this section, which is also causing the issue, and then bring this... Oh shoot. That is fixable though. Or is it? Okay, good. We can't go under like that. And now we can't. Good. So let's just go with a drop like this. Alright, so there we go. So the helix is fixed. That should lower the G-forces just a tiny bit, and then let's just get some speed going here for the brakes. There we go, and a 50 for you, and build, and there it is. It's fixed once again. So let's test it out once more and see if this is any better. And while it is testing, we can just give the roller coaster some colors. I feel like the red one is actually pretty good. Or we could match the other. No, let's go for the red one. That's actually pretty good. This is such a mess, isn't it? Like it's so good. I don't really like the layout, but whatever. We're gonna do with this for now. There we go, intensity high, which is good, and a very high excitement rating, so we will definitely be able to make a ton of money on this one. Such a messy layout. Not the best layout that I have done, I think that's sure to say. We could actually bring this one up and cut off some of the track, but I feel like that just ruins some of the excitement rating, but we don't need that extra bit of hill here. Should we do so, guys? Oh man, I don't know. I feel like we could also skip this bit of track here because I don't really like that section. Let's just try to delete this. Good. But then we can't hit. Oh, we can actually. Then we would need some sort of an S-bend here at the end. But we could all... You know what? I think we're actually going to do this instead because I don't really like the helix that we created there at the end. Just looks stupid and bulky in my opinion. So if we go ahead and grab this one and just delete some of all of these trees that is currently clipping into the tracks. Get rid of those. And then delete this section. Good. Build. Oh no, we need, you know, we don't need track or brakes at the moment. But then we need a slight curve on this one, and 25 and down to 0 again. Good. And then we need the brakes. And there's the brakes. Go for 55. Boom. 40 and 20, and then a block brake. And then trim the speed to 15. And then if we grab an S-bend, good stuff. Now all we have left to do is really just, oh, if you want to transfer track, this is probably not the best solution, because this will look so weird if we have the transfer track here. But let's just go for that one, because like this park isn't 100% realism. We don't really have any transfer tracks on the rest of the coasters either and stuff like that. So this will be the final layout, I suppose. It's pretty good to have that out and back session there. So let's just keep that one there, and then see what trees are clipping. Let's just get all of those that look like they could be clipping, because that looks stupid. Get these as well, get that one. Good. And I think that's pretty much all of them. Oh, whoops, we got one there. Let's just get rid of that one, because we can always plant more trees by ourselves afterwards. So we're gonna go for the red theme. And with the red theme, this queue might actually work out pretty good. This one is probably better. Good. So let's go for that. And then, no. There we go. And then we want stairs down. And bring out this one. And let's just see if we can like create a nice, good looking queue here. We could have the queue go underneath the transfer track, or not. I don't really like that actually. Where should we keep the transfer track though? Because I feel like we could have it right here. So if we have it right there, let's just bring out the queue in like this. We want a nice long queue for this one, because I feel like hopefully this will be the main attraction of the theme park. So there we go. That's a pretty solid queue, and then we can make a nice looking entrance over here. Yeah, a nice entrance to the ride over there, because then we sort of cut off this area for now, because we want this one to round off the end of the park. Man, this is such a huge ride compared to the compared to what the park actually looks like, but it's okay, it's all good. And then we want this path to go down there and bring it all the way out here. Good. So we got that going. And then let's just bring this one out to there. And there we go. So we got the ride hooked up. Now we can open it just to start making money out of it. And then we also want stop. When we have a block break, why can't we have 2 trains? We might need another block break down here. That could be the reason, because we don't have a chain lift. So let's, if we delete that bit and then go for a block break. Yep. 2 trains. There we go. Awesome. I think we have to test it again. So let that one test out and completed circuit so that we can open it. Oh, we can open it. Good. And that is also leaves a little hole down there, which is okay. And we just need to fix, like, we need to fix the waiting times as well, so that people will not. It's to set a minimum waiting time of 40 seconds and a maximum waiting time of 60. We're not really using the maximum, but let's just keep it there. So what are the stats? 69 intensity, 69 excitement. So I feel like we could go for 9 on this one. Hopefully, let's just see what the people say to it when they start riding the new roller coaster. And then my idea was that we could have sort of a food court right here, but we also need more rides down here so that we can drag people down here. We don't want the roller coaster to be the only thing that they're gonna go down here and try. What rides would fit this area? That is the question. We should go for another high intensity, probably, or at least medium intensity. Should we go for something like a starship? We don't have that yet, but it's actually a pretty good looking ride. You know, we could fill that one in right here and then create sort of a backdrop to cover up the staff room right there. And then if we have a food court right here and some resting places right there, we are going places. That's actually pretty good. I'm gonna go with that one for sure. So the star shape right here should have its entrance somewhere like here. And then people can exit next to the food court. So people exit right there. And then let's see about the queue. Let's just keep this cut up now. I'm not going to bother with it right now. There we go. Awesome. What are people thinking right now? I'm not paying that much for Giga Coaster, so let's just bring this one down a tiny bit. And then we got 13 people saying they want to go on the Giga Coaster, so that's a pretty good thing. And there we go. And money are surely being made. I think people are just like coming in already because of the new coaster. But like I said, we also want a bit of a food court here, and I think we're just gonna stick to the generic theme that we're running right now. So let's just stay with the white and the colored plain surfaces. Maybe create. We could also go for a bit of the Swiss theme that we have here, and then, you know, make like a rustic beer garden or something. I think that's a pretty good idea. But let's just cut through another time lapse here, and then that will also be the final time lapse of this episode, because then I gotta get moving for sure. We got so many plans today for streaming and stuff, which will be up later, or possibly not, because I think this will be out tomorrow. So never mind that. I know that I said that I wanted to keep the building sort of within the current theme that we've got going with the sort of Swiss buildings, but I actually ended up going for something a bit different. Close to where I live, there is a huge food court, which is located inside of an old warehouse storage building, and I actually figured I wanted to copy that one. And ended up with a pretty good result. Now, I'm not sure about the theme, if it matches the park, but I feel like it's okay. One thing that we could have done way more with the building is just details, but I would add those off screen, because at this point I was literally I was fed up with the game. There had been so many bugs with the coaster and stuff, and I have to see if I can fix that, because it is ruining the experience just a tiny bit, and I'm not really using the custom coaster element thingy mod, so there's no point for me to have it and ruin most of my gameplay. But back to the building, we're going for an old warehouse sort of look. Again, I'm not really sure if it matches the park. We can always change it. The building is not all that big, so it should be quite easy to fix. There are a few things that I would like to do differently, because the building don't have all that many details, but like old warehouses don't really have that. They are just big boxes, which might be one of the reasons that I chose to build this thing. Again, just because I wanted to finish, and I hated the game for being so buggy. But here, throwing in some benches from Shy Guy's sets, which makes it look like a proper food court, and a little like resting place. And then just adding some details to the fences, which I'm not really sure if I like either, but those are easily fixable as well though. The flowers do good, but I'm just not sure about the color theme at the moment. Now, do note that the entire area hasn't really been themed at all right now. They're in the snow, bushes and flowers and stuff. I will add those off screen as well. I don't think we will be adding all that much in this time lapse. I frankly don't even remember right now. But I also ended up changing the area with like next to the flat ride. We actually ended up changing the exits so that it goes out next to the entrance and doesn't interfere with the path, or the what's it called, the employee path back next to this building. And we also covered up that way better so it doesn't mess with our scenery rating. But here just adding some final details to the building. The building itself actually resembles the actual thing that I went off with as an inspiration. It resembles it really good. So that I am happy about. Again, I'm not sure about the theme, but we can always change it. So let me know in the comments what you think about this building. Should we go for something else? Because I'm not really sure what I see fit for the park at the moment. But I know that you guys can surely help me out with that. So whatever your thoughts are, leave them in the comments and I will go through them. Now we won't have time to build the station as well, so we will do that later. Good, so we got the little food stall here, or stall, called whatever you want to call it, set up. I went ahead and actually built this one with an inspiration of a food court close to myself, but I'm not sure if this really matches the theme, and I'm not sure if I'm all that happy about it, but I really just want to finish off this video because the Giga coaster has frustrated me so much that I need a break from Parkitect before I build anything more. But we still got a lot of theming to go here, and we got a lot of theming to go here, so I think that is what I'm gonna do off screen. So that has been it for this episode, guys. Thank you for tuning in once again to the 7th episode. I think the 8th one will come out in a couple of days. Give me like 4 or 5 days and the next one should be ready for you guys. So subscribe if you haven't done already so that you can get the notification as soon as the video lands on the channel. Have an awesome day. Bye.